I'm here to tell you that your resentments, big or small, whether it's towards your parents or even just the people that you see on your social media feed, these resentments are actually the number one thing that is continuing to reinforce your limiting beliefs and act as the biggest resistance to you being able to step into your power, your potential, and realize your own purpose, whether it's in business or on this path of personal development. You know, one of the biggest challenges that I faced for such a long time in workplaces, working in jobs, being surrounded by a lot of individuals that perpetuated a lot of toxic behavior, whether it was misogyny or racism or bigotry or homophobia. There were all kinds of very inappropriate, unethical displays of behavior, which in many ways, obviously, are inherently wrong, and yet I harbored so much resentment and judgment towards these individuals, which actually in a very perverted way gave me a sense of superiority above them, which actually did both of them and myself a massive disservice. It took a massive toll on me, constantly living in this breeding ground of resentment, and made it a lot harder to relate to and connect with them and actually, inspire a positive change. So what really helped me shift that was acknowledging that by harboring resentment towards others, I was actually harboring resentment towards a part of myself that I had not addressed and healed yet. Since every single person in your life is actually a reflection of either the healed or unhealed parts of yourself. So if you're feeling triggered, if you're feeling really put off by something that you're seeing in your external reality, it's because there's a part of you that's waiting to be healed. There's a part of you that's waiting to be let free. And when I was able to actually come from a place of compassion and empathy for these individuals, acknowledging that their ignorance was really rooted in all kinds of fear-based thinking and trauma, I was able to rise above the circumstance, to really see the situation in a new light, not to condone the behavior, but really to let myself abide in a state of peace, which is what you deserve, which is what we all deserve. I love the quote from Rafiki from The Lion King. He says, forgive others, not because you deserve forgiveness, but forgive others, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. And I think that's so true. So I think what I would encourage you to do is really to think about what is a person that really triggers me in my life right now, because that is an opportunity for you to go within, to change your perception on the situation of what this person did or didn't do towards you, and have a bit of compassion and empathy, acknowledging that they're clearly doing the best that they can with the tools that they have at their disposal, knowing that, hurt people, and realizing that if you're not where you are, it's because there's a resistance. If you're not where you want to be, it's because there is a resistance inside of you that's holding you back. And more often than not, whether it's a limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not loved, are really reinforced and strengthened by the resentments that we hold towards certain people. For a very long time, I had such a low sense of self-worth, and it was because of a lot of abandonment and rejection issues that I'd been dealing with my own mother. And so I consistently attracted people, conditions, circumstances which continue to reinforce this low sense of self-worth, whether they were toxic workplaces or certain friends or partners, whatever it was, which continue to reinforce this unconscious belief that I am not worthy, I don't matter, I'm worthless. And I wasn't able to really rise above that, doing all the affirmations and all the healing and all the limiting belief reframing work around it, until I healed the resentment towards my own mother. And so this is a call to you to really take inventory of all of the resentments that you have, whether they're towards, big, prominent figures and individuals that play an important role in your life, like your parents or your loved ones, or even the micro resentments that you hold towards people in the workplace or on your social media feed. Inherently, it's actually causing the production of inflammatory proteins inside of you, which tends to perpetuate chronic disease states. When we're in this state of criticism and resentment, even though it gives us a perverted sense of moral superiority, it actually interferes with our body's physiology, puts us into a sympathetic nervous activation of the nervous system, and really brings any form of goal striving or creativity or expression to a grinding halt. So if you're a business owner or a creative or someone with big dreams to really express yourself in this world, you will consistently be held back by the resentments that you hold towards these people. So yeah, I'll pause there. I hope this has been helpful for you, just between some of the stories and anecdotes I've shared. This is, a safe place, and I'm not perfect by any means. I do want to share that I think oftentimes we feel like we need to be doing more as opposed to actually letting go of that which does not serve us. Resentments absolutely does not serve us unless you want to, perpetuate these feelings of negativity just disappointment and frustration. So with that said, I'd encourage you to take an inventory of your resentments. Perhaps start with one and find forgiveness for this individual by having empathy for them, finding some reason to have empathy for them, harvesting the lesson that you can take away from the situation. How did this make me grow? What did I learn from it? Before sending them positivity. Taking a moment to, which might be the very hardest step in this framework, but a very important step to actually truly liberate yourself from this resentment, whether it's lighting a candle, sending a message, writing a letter and burning it, whatever it might be, really getting into this state of gratitude for this person, because they have helped reveal this part of yourself that is waiting to be transcended. And that is a true gift. So if this was helpful for you, hey, please share it around. Please send it to someone who, is holding on to resentment towards their certain people in their lives. And yeah, don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the bell button so that you're notified when these videos get uploaded. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Keep letting go of that which does not serve you. Lots of love.